And the closing of the national anthem, signaling the beginning of what will be quite the matchup.
And I believe if it was baseball, this is where we'd be saying play ball.
Play ball indeed.
So coming in, Loyola's 3 keys to the game will be clear the ball on defense. So when you get the ball, get it out of the defensive area and try to push it on offense. Shoot better than they have recently. Quick stat for you, Loyola has given up 81 goals and only scored 81 goals. So they've been playing in some low-scoring games. So definitely every opportunity they get, they need to capitalize. And then finally, win the face-off game. In lacrosse, even if you score, you can get the ball right back with a face-off win. So winning them consistently will be huge for Loyola and really taking away one of the keys to the game for Spaulding, which was control the clock. They can't do that if Loyola's got the ball.
Absolutely, and we're going to start here with Michael Del Bene for Loyola facing off. At the starting attack for Loyola being Phil Wise, Ryan Dunn, and Connor Hume, all 3 great players with Colin Clothier, Liam Bateman, and Bresci on the midfield with Colin Quinn, Noah Ness, and Wade Tucker on defense. And we begin with the face-off.
This is definitely an intense face-off. I mean, to start off the game, just both teams.
Tensions are very high. Physicality, and going to be a foul there on Loyola.
Push in the back. So Spaulding's going to get the ball early, and this is going to be some place that they need to capitalize. And
risky pass there.
Kind of high pass. That's something that Spaulding's going to really have to, maybe that's just game the game nerves, trying to.
There's pregame jitters.
Yeah, go a little bit faster than you really can. And, just kind of, I like what they're doing right here. Slow the ball down, kind of get everyone comfortable, and then go attack the goal.
You can't forget about the fundamentals. Whether it's taking smart shots or just nice, crisp passes, that's going to be the key for both teams to walk away the victor.
I think you're right. Fundamentals are coached from the moment you start playing a sport, and even when you get to the highest level, you need the fundamentals. Yeah. As right there, a drop pass just kind of gets in the way of the mojo, the momentum.
These small mental mistakes are going to be killer. Spaulding taking it from the top, looking to get a shot on goal. Takes a shot, deflected.
Before it even gets to the goal, but Spaulding gets it back after some sloppy ball work, but then Loyola gets it right back. So really, I would say at the beginning, not really clean ball.
Loyola getting it back. And Colin Quinn taking it, takes a shot, saved there by Spaulding, and a quick counterattack as Spaulding crosses the midfield line.
Ryder Brackett, the goalie for Spaulding, really a great save. I mean, Loyola had a head of steam going down there, and they were really able to just stop it, take away momentum, and now they're going to, slow the pace down.
And that's, again, what Coach Rubio said, going to want to take smart shots, going to want to execute. Loyola does a fantastic job of getting the ball up the field, distributing from the defense to the offense, but it's just that execution that's going to be key for them to win. As Spaulding takes a shot.
Stout with the save. And I think that what Spaulding's doing right now is really helping their game plan to control the clock. They've been really, when they get the ball, they're slowing it down as Loyola brings it up.
Counterattack, quick passes, missed pass there.
So Loyola is definitely playing. So definitely I think what Loyola is doing is they're going more of a fast game. They want to go back and forth, where Spaulding just wants to kind of control the clock, take, small mental mistakes right there as he throws the ball away. Definitely a possession that Spaulding would want back, and Loyola's got to take advantage.
And I think that's because of the intensity coming from Loyola. Talking to Coach Rubio before the game, lots of midfield rotations because of the hot weather here. Want to get their midfielders hydrated, quick sprints, get them on and off the field as quickly as possible to keep the team fresh.
Yeah, fresh legs, definitely as the rotations go later into the fourth quarter, as Spaulding will get the ball later into the fourth quarter. If Loyola has fresh legs on the midfield, that could really help them in this game.
Well, Spaulding playing in the back, passing across the net, looking to make some moves to take the opening move in the game. Tied 0-0 still.
And even right there, I'll point out, even though it wasn't really that big of a deal that he dropped the ball, he had a clear opening right there to run down maybe 15 yards, and then in that quick 2 seconds that it took to grab the ball, a defender closed in on him. So just those little, they're not going to go on the stat sheet, but those little tidbits that could definitely impact this game in the long run.
As Spaulding gets close to the net, looking to take a shot, Spaulding really had more time of possession than Loyola here. Spaulding keeping it inside Loyola's box, trying to make something happen.
And I think that's key for Spaulding because both teams have had the same number of possessions, but Spaulding just tries to slow it down and keep the ball for longer, where Loyola is just this go get them, we're just going to try to outscore you kind of thing right now. So I think as the game goes on, it's going to be interesting to see which strategy really starts to work.
Yes. Spaulding keeping the pace of play smooth and slow. Let's see if that works out for them against Loyola's high-paced, intense offense.
So Loyola comes into this game in 4th place in the MIAA as Spaulding comes in 8th place. So definitely both teams looking to make a rise onto the into the top end of the league. Loyola with the win would come into a tie for 3rd place. So that'd be huge for them.
Loyola just comes off a loss from Hill Academy, not in MIAA play. Hill Academy ranked number 1 in North America. And unfortunately they did lose, but the heart coming back from that game, almost a comeback, the way they played in the second half really shows how much heart Loyola's playing with.
And there's going to be a steal. So, and I think as Loyola takes it down the field,
Colin Quinn distributing the ball well from the defense, getting it up to the attack in Spaulding's box. Now it's Loyola's turn to make something happen.
Yeah, as you can tell, I think Loyola's starting to slow the ball down a little bit. I think maybe they saw this running gun style of play wasn't going to work in this game. Maybe go back to it later if it becomes something that would work. But for the moment, I think this is smart to just slow the ball down. Try to get a quality shot.
You don't want to get strung out, especially in the first few minutes of the first quarter. Then you get tired. Then there's fatigue, and obviously you don't want that for either team.
And for these shots, I definitely think Coach Rubier would take quality over quantity. I think he'd rather have 5 quality shots than 8 not so quality shots.
As well, it just misses a shot there, saved by Spaulding's goalkeeper.
Yes, Ryder Brackett with the save. And mental mistakes.
Another mental mistake.
Definitely not something you see every day, just the goalie just kind of not getting to the ball there.
And you look at the missed passes and you think, well, how is this happening? And I think a lot of it has to do with practice. You play the way you practice. And during the warm-ups, Spaulding not really caring. I saw a lot of drop passes. And I think that's transitioning into the game here as Spaulding is missing and not completing fundamental passes.
Yeah, definitely. Like, we were walking on the field, and while we were joking about it, saying, I hope we don't get hit by a couple passes, there were a bunch of balls that got by players and, came in our vicinity. And definitely practice is a time where you try to work on the fundamentals. And the saying is practice makes perfect, but I think really it's perfect practice makes perfect. Like you said, practice like you want to play. You want to practice and take out all errors so that you can play with no errors.
Spaulding missing a shot, going to take it from the back of Loyola's box, distributing, passing it around. What they've been doing is this strategy of just getting it around the box, sort of tire out Loyola's defense, look for a chink in the armor, if you will.
Spaulding looks to attack there. And great defense, really hitting his stick and altering the shot, not even getting it on goal. So far, as you can tell, it's 0-0 with about 5 minutes left in the first quarter. That's what Loyola's been playing. As I say, not many goals scored this year, and kind of the opposite for Spaulding. Spaulding scored 139 goals so far this year, as Spaulding turns it over. Opportunity here for Loyola. They've scored 139 goals this year to Loyola's only 81.
A lot of that is execution. Loyola does a good job of getting it up. As you can see there, another missed shot. They're doing a great job of transitioning from defense to midfield to attack, but the execution is obviously not here right now.
I think Spaulding's coach put it well before the game. get quality shots against such a great goalkeeper in Jake Stout. You know, if you just are kind of just heaving it towards the goal, Stout's got the skill he'll shut you down all game. Not many mistakes seen from him all year. And I really think that's kept Loyola in a lot of these games.
Well, looking to make a move here. Intercepted by Spaulding. Spaulding looking to go on a counterattack. Let's see what they can do here. Make some moves here. But Loyola's defense, again, proving very strong, not letting any small errors get past them.
Once again, that may not go. That push there by the Loyola defenseman may not go on the stat sheet, but that he had a clear shot to the goal, and with that little push off, the defense was able to convert in and really stop that run.
He was. And going back to Jake Stout, fantastic goalkeeper, and I think a lot of the team is looking towards him for senior leadership. He's going to be gone next year. He has insightful tips for the team as his penalty is called there, slashing.
So now almost sort of like a power play right here, as you know, once the ball goes out, obviously the penalty will be called.
It's going to be a slashing against Loyola, looks like, as a substitution is made for both sides.
And once again, I think there's a midfield rotation, just Loyola trying to get some fresh legs in.
Yep. And it looks like Andrew Florenzo is going to be serving this penalty in the sin bin.
Yes. So Spaulding's got the man advantage in for up to a minute. So I think really maybe that substitution for Loyola was almost like a power play kill, you know. Put out defensive guys that you know can go out there down a man and still stop and keep this a 0-0 game.
And obviously Spaulding wants to expose this. They have a clear advantage here, one man up. They want to take advantage, capitalize on this situation of which they are in favor.
And it's interesting to me, Spaulding's just kind of doesn't seem to be wanting to attack.
No.
Which I find kind of interesting, knowing they're up a man.
As they take a shot.
And of course, as we say that, Spaulding's gonna score.
They're going to take the opening move here, Spaulding up 1-0 at Loyola. Obviously, while it's just one goal, that does have sort of a deeper value, as it shows Spaulding can come into Blakefield, take the opening move, and sort of set the tone for the rest of the game. Let's see how Loyola responds on the faceoff.
That goal was scored by James Sherwood, so definitely now Loyola, key faceoff here. You do not want to give Spaulding the ball back. You want to get that goal back as soon as possible.
Yes.
No, don't want to give them any confidence, any momentum to take in to the end of the quarter.
Tough face-off here again.
And Spaulding's going to get it.
Takes it back. So up one goal and back in Loyola's box. Looks like some heavy defensive play there from Reed Delanoy. Looking to force a turnover, force an unforced error on the part of Spaulding to get the ball back to Loyola's attack.
And this is almost like an isolation at some points in basketball. They're just going macho-y macho. They're trying to see who's better, the offensive player or the defensive player. And I think it's an interesting strategy. You know, I don't think we haven't seen a pass yet so far.
And as we talked to Coach Phipp before the game, he said one of their keys was time of possession. Obviously, Spaulding doing a fantastic job of that.
And right there, I think the defender won on that. And here's Loyola, missed opportunity. That could have been, you know, that's a right in front of the goal. You want that opportunity. That is a quality chance. Little mistake there, but, you know, get the ball back and try for it again.
That's going back to what Bollinger said earlier, quality over quantity. You want to have good looks while there may not be as many as shots on goal. I feel as though a stronger look and a better shot is better than just shooting aimlessly.
So here Loyola's got to reset at the top. So going to attack the goal right here and then ship it right off.
Good distribution, good crisp passing from Loyola. Jack Horst looking to make a move. Passes it back to Alex Bresci, back to Jack.
Jack Horst is a freshman.
He is.
He's already scored this year. I believe he's already committed. So big Big upgrade for Loyola. Just, I feel like every year Loyola gets these better and better lacrosse players to keep the program up to speed.
Loyola obviously having a great, strong lacrosse program since its inception. As Loyola moving around, looking to get a shot on goal, takes a shot, and it's a goal. The equalizer, 1-1. Goal scored by Ryan Dunn.
Ryan Dunn, in the games I've done, he's had a couple hat tricks this year, I believe. Just definitely for a junior, Rubior's got to be absolutely in love with this. Not only has he been contributing this year, but he then next year has him as a senior leader.
Does. Leadership is key, and I think Ryan Dunn's going to be able to facilitate that as we go to another face-off.
Spaulding has won both face-offs so far, so let's see if Loyola can get their first one. And it looks like, yes, they will. No. Alex Sarasoli lost the ball for a second, but definitely got it back, as they're going to go for almost the Hail Mary there at the end of the half.
As the quarter expires, 1-1 Loyola against Spaulding, and if you're just joining us, welcome.
So just a quick reminder that next Sunday is the Billy Carew run. Definitely come out. It's a great event. It's a 5K, and there's also a 1 mile walk. Just something great to do in the morning. Definitely get your day started off right.
It is.
Lots of fun events, raffles, auctions. Definitely something that you'll go enjoy.
You'll want to be a part of that. And I think going into the break time here, Coach Rubio telling his players, obviously I would hope that he would say, win the face-offs and do a better job of executing when you get into Spaulding's box. Spaulding, they're doing a great job. Time of possession, they're keeping the pace slow. They're playing the game that they want to play. They are taking control of this game. However, the score is not reflecting that as it is 1-1.
Yes, and I think it's key. We talk to players before the game, just kind of walking around, talking to buddies. They said when we talked to them about Spaulding, saying, hey, these guys are 0-3, we're 2-1, they're in 8th place, we're in 4th. What's the mentality going into this game? And each player said, yes, we know we have a better record. We know maybe on paper they don't look as good, but you cannot take any team in the MIAA lightly. This is by far the best league in the country because, lacrosse mainly an East Coast sport.
Yeah.
Denver's starting to get some, but I definitely think that MIAA has been proven time and time again that it has been the top dog in the conferences.
With teams like Boys Latin, Calvert Hall, and of course Loyola, all being ranked first in the nation for at least 1 point in the program, the quality of play is certainly high. And a team that, even if they haven't won a game, the quality of play is still going to be high, and you cannot underestimate Spaulding.
So another face-off here to start off the second quarter, and looks like, not sure, Spaulding will win that one, maybe. So yes, Spaulding's going to get that face-off. They've now won 3 face-offs, 3 of the 4. So definitely an advantage for Spaulding. Rubio said before the game he wanted to win the face-off. Oh, I'm sorry, Loyola won the face-off. So it's now 2-2. Saw the ball going that way. Forgot we switched sides. So here we go. Loyola's going to try to slow the ball down, get a quality shot.
Yeah. Loyola taking the early attack here.
Liam Bateman's got to pass the ball off. Gavin Dembeck has got to pass it.
A missed pass there, but luckily Loyola is able to get it back, keep it in Spaulding's box.
Alex Reed gets the ball.
Some juke moves, takes a shot, and it's a goal.
Alex Reed, I think, 50 seconds into the quarter. Alex Reed, been on varsity since his freshman year. That was an impressive goal.
It was.
He just let it rip.
And I'm sure Coach Rubio certainly said during the break, go out there and set the tone. You want to be able to say, hey, we're coming back from this break. The game is tied, but we're able to score and go up early. 2-1 Loyola.
So now let's see if they can get this face-off, because once again, win the face-off, got a goal. So really, face-offs have been key in this game. And Spaulding won the face-off initially.
Contested.
But then Loyola's going to get it as it's going to fly off, and Spaulding gets it. So
Spaulding
turn of events there in many ways. And we're going to get a timeout by Spaulding. So definitely we are minute and 12 seconds into this quarter, and it's been fast-paced. It's been a real fight so far.
And I think Loyola is starting to take control of this game. Spaulding, at least in the first quarter, what it looked like was they wanted to keep the pace of play down, play the game like they wanted to direct. Loyola, on the other hand, more fast-paced, more intense, and it looks like they're taking control of this lacrosse game.
Definitely. Loyola came out in this quarter and really just physically dominated. Spaulding won the original face-off there, and Loyola just hounded on them and got the ball back. Now, while they threw the ball away, once again, mental mistakes you can't make. Just the physicality that Loyola has shown to begin this quarter has really been something that I think is a key to the game for them to pull away with a lead.
It has.
So the players will go back on the field.
That's the end of the timeout. Players heading back onto the field. Still Loyola up 2-1, 10 minutes, 48 seconds left in the second quarter.
Spaulding will have the ball and really try to make something of this. So here we go. The refs are going to give Spaulding the ball, and we're going to get underway here again.
We are. Play resumes. Spaulding starting with the ball, keeping it at the head of the box, looking again for a chink in the armor of Loyola's superb defense.
Definitely. And I think what's important is Loyola doesn't have one of their top defenders, Kobe Smith. So for them to be playing this well without such a key player to the team, really something you have to look at from a Loyola standpoint and go, this is important.
Spaulding sort of gets through there, but distributes the ball back out. Now looking more intense, straying away from that slow pace of play. Spaulding now picking it up, going faster, more intense. Let's see if they can capitalize.
I just would like to point out right now that me and you are here in a short sleeve shirt and shorts. Jake Stout is wearing sweatpants and pads and a long sleeve shirt.
He's got to be sweating bullets, and I'm sure that's taking a toll on him. As Spaulding gets in, loses the ball, contested. Jake Stout looking to get the ball. He's out of the net. The net is open. Takes a shot, misses wide on an open goal as Loyola gets the ball back.
Huge opportunity. Once again, like before the game, smart shot. There was an opportunity for Spaulding, and mental error. Two guys on the same team go for the ball. Neither of them get it.
You've just got to communicate there. That's for Coach Rubio and the class of this Loyola Blakefield team. That's unacceptable.
I definitely think going back to Stout, I think the sweatpants and long sleeves are a mental thing. You get hit a lot when you're in the goal. Sometimes seeing it hit skin just kind of psychs you out a little bit. Feeling the sweatpants there gives you the illusion you got a little bit more padding. Maybe you put them, try a little bit more to get in the way of a ball. So whatever it takes.
And he's a tough guy.
Definitely.
But with this weather, any tough guy is going to get hot. And I'm sure that's going to take a toll on him. And I think Spaulding is obviously looking to exploit that. It's a physical encounter here from Alex Reed. As they take a shot, Spaulding takes a shot, saved.
And that's going to be, he was in the crease, which means it will be Loyola ball.
That's a good save there by Jake Stout, but unfortunately he did lose the ball.
Fall across the field pass, and Loyola's going to look to run with this thing. Number 6, I believe that's Clothier, yes.
Taking the ball up the field. He's a captain. He's a senior, obviously facilitating great leadership. Loyola moving the ball around well, looking to attack against Spaulding. 8 minutes left in the quarter.
Alex Reed, who got the goal before, I think he was looking to shoot there, but just wasn't given an opportunity.
Colin Clothier leading the attack again.
Up to Bateman. And here we go. Bateman's got a shot.
Takes a awkward-looking shot there, sort of from the side, underhand. Again, going back to that quality over quantity, it was a good. It was a shot,
but it
could have
wasn't
been
a great
better.
shot. It wasn't a great shot. You can get better ones than that. I like, just his enthusiasm to go and try to make a shot, make a play, make something happen. But,
another
just the
underhand shot
awkwardness
there.
of how he took the shot. Maybe he needs to overhand that. Maybe, the underhand sidearm shot didn't look like it was working there.
And he's proved to be better than that. Liam Bateman, another look. Unforced error.
Back up.
Missed
Great
pass.
back up by the Dons.
Lowell looking to regroup. Get another shot on goal. As the ball is given to Alex Reed. He's looking to make a play. Looking to find some way to get that ball in the goal.
There was an opportunity for something to happen, but great defense.
Bateman here loses the ball. Turnover. Spaulding with the ball. Looking to get a counterattack.
I think, although Rubio would probably want quality shots, that's 2 times that Bateman went in and tried to make something happen. And I think a coach will take that idea of the week. Just a player that wants to go out there and make a play.
It's good intensity.
Yes, and I think especially with Spaulding trying to kind of play off a little and not get in there, not go run and gun. If Loyola can just start to take a lead here, it forces Spaulding to stop slowing the ball down and really play into Loyola's hands.
Spaulding with the ball here inside Loyola's box. Looking to make something happen.
Good spin
Gets through,
move.
takes a shot, saved.
Saved Jake Stout.
Now Loyola on the counterattack, pushing towards Spaulding.
Ooh.
That's
Spin
Rory
move.
Bateman with the ball, younger brother of Liam Bateman, both on varsity. Divvies the ball up. Miscommunication there. Looks like there's going to be a foul called. A push on Spaulding. It's going to be Loyola's ball.
And Loyola timeout. So definitely just some miscommunication. Not sure if he was, trying to pass the ball, if he was trying to do a hidden ball trick of some sorts. But definitely, whatever it was, it didn't work out.
That's 2 key miscommunications from Loyola of just not communicating well. And I think if they want to win this game and take a larger lead, they're going to have to improve that communication.
Yeah, Loyola's better than this. Loyola's definitely proven over this season that they are a team to be reckoned with in the MIAA. And I think really, like we said earlier, any team in the MIAA is a team to be reckoned with. Even the teams towards the bottom, there's still teams that in any other league around the country would be top dog.
They would.
They would be the team that no one wants to play. And I think that says a lot about just how much lacrosse has grown here in the MIAA. It's become, like I said, the powerhouse of the country. The MIAA, that's why you see Loyola going out and playing so many people from around the country, because teams want to get a shot at the big dogs.
Like Hill Academy. A great team, number 1 ranked. Loyola goes against them. Loyola from the MIAA.
And then there's the Hill School from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
So definitely a lot of hills going on around here. So the timeout will conclude and Loyola will get the ball back. And I think definitely here is an opportunity with about 6 minutes left in the quarter and the half to make a statement. If you can get 2 goals here, a goal here, maybe a goal before half, 4-1 going into halftime.
It's going to be demoralizing for Spaulding and certainly
Exactly.
an advantage for Loyola.
Definitely, and like I said earlier, they're going to have to pick up the pace. Doesn't seem like they are too comfortable when they're playing run and gun. Definitely a lot of mistakes have happened for Spaulding while they've been running around. So I like the strategy for Loyola. Attack, attack, attack. Make Spaulding.
And there's going to be some helmet contact there on Spaulding. Another slash. Loyola's going to be a man up.
Definitely.
In the next.
And I think right here Loyola's going to want to, they're not going to just throw the ball away and, take the man up. They're going to try to score here.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity. Spaulding right now it's demoralizing knowing even if we make a great defensive play and make a steal, Loyola gets the ball right back and they get the ball and they get a man up. So right now Spaulding's defense, has to make sure that they just play great defense and that they don't let this whole man up thing, get to them.
Yep.
As right
Spaulding
there
forces a turnover.
we think
Ground balls, and that's going to be the slash there
And now Loyola gets the ball back. So, like I said, Loyola, not too much pressure there on themselves because they know if we make, want to be more aggressive because if you make a mistake, you get the ball right back and get a man up.
It almost parallels if you watch the Washington Capitals play the Maple Leafs. Toronto did a great job when Washington had a power play of just staying in that zone D, not allowing Washington to capitalize on the power play. Let's see if Spaulding can do that here as Loyola is a man up.
As we know, earlier in this game, Spaulding was a man up and was unable to do anything with it, so they're going to try to put the same thing on Loyola.
Little move here, takes a shot. That didn't even confuse me there.
That's Gavin Dembeck Sr.
Takes advantage of that man-up offense, putting Loyola up 3-1 against Spaulding with about 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the half.
I believe Dembeck is committed to Jacksonville College for lacrosse. And really, I think if you look across the, not even Loyola, across the league, you see just everyone, it feels like, is committed somewhere big because teams across the country know if we want to build a program, you go to the schools in the MIAA, you go to the schools around here because these are the players that can take a program to the next level.
Starting with the face-off here. Another contested one. Spaulding gets the ball, wins the face-off. Obviously, Coach Rubior not content with that.
But great defense by Michael Del Bene.
Great D. Gets the ball. Another physicality, intensity.
Michael Del Bene is he does face-offs. He does not play defense. So for him to do that, that's just got to be such a boost for Loyola. That's not someone that you go out there and say that he's who we want being our lockdown defender. He's someone who usually when they win a face-off or lose a face-off, he takes off and goes to the sideline and lets the defender come on. So for him to go down and create a turnover off that,
impressive.
That's huge. That is huge for Loyola. And it's something that they can now capitalize on. Look to take a 4-1 lead. And if you score right now, there's an opportunity to take a 5-1 lead.
Yeah. And they're looking like they've slowed down the pace of play. But they are getting an attack here. In goal, missed pass. Loyola gets the ball back, seeing if they can do anything.
That's going to be a turnover. Definitely an opportunity there. Just a little
miscommunication there from Spaulding.
Definitely.
Open net, but Spaulding gets the ball back. Looking to transition the ball from defense up towards Loyola's side of the field.
Talk about slowing the pace down. Spaulding's had the ball for about 10 seconds and is just now getting it across the midfield line. So
time possession is key for both teams here. As Spaulding gets a shot, misses high.
Spaulding will get the ball back. So here we go.
That was a good look on goal by Spaulding. Unfortunately, not able to execute, but they do get the ball back here, looking to make something happen before the end of the half. About 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to play.
And a goal here for Spaulding would be huge. Make it a one-goal lead, only a one-goal lead for Loyola going into half. A one-goal lead looks a lot easier to come back from than a two-goal lead, just mentally.
Absolutely.
Especially if you have to come back from 2 goals down and you've only scored 1 in the game. Definitely looking at it and saying, if we've only scored 1 this whole game, how are we going to score 2 just to tie if we don't give up any goals?
And I think Loyola realizes that as they've sort of slowed down the pace of play, passing the ball back and forth, looking to take a little more time off that clock.
Yeah, quality over quantity. I think they're looking for a quality shot right here instead of just throwing it at the goal and hoping some miracle happens that goes in.
Certainly the ball has slowed down. Loyola not going with their run-and-gun intense play, trying to stall out, get 1 goal in before that half. As they take a shot, saved.
It's going to hit off the crossbar. So it's one of those things as a player, you had a great shot, got by the goalie. When you see it hit pipe, that can be tough because you think you did everything right.
Yep.
Luck just was not on your side.
It wasn't there. But Loyola gets another chance here. Get Dembeck, takes a shot. It's
Gavin
a goal.
Dembeck.
Another goal.
He just five-holed the goalie there. That's not something you see every day. Right between, pump faked, and then went between the goalie's legs for the goal.
Great quality of play there from Gavin Dembeck. That's going to be his second goal, putting Loyola up 4-1. Again, Dembeck doing a great job of just taking control of the offense.
Senior leadership.
Senior leader, indeed.
So here we go. Michael Del Bene will once again go up for the face-off. If he can win this one, Lowell can take the clock down and then try to get a last-second goal.
Face-off won by Spaulding. Spaulding looking to get something done before the half. They've certainly tuned up their pace of play.
Definitely. Looking a little bit more like a running gun offense right here. As Spaulding's going to call timeout. Really didn't see anything they liked. We kind of got run into the corner. Definitely a smart timeout.
Maybe get a set piece in, run a play. I'm sure they've gone over in practice in this 1 minute, 30-second drill. Get something to happen before the end of the half as they're down by 3 goals.
And right now, if you're on Loyola's side, you're thinking, how can we stop these guys? You're not necessarily concerned with getting another goal. You're just saying, we'll take a 4-1 lead going into the half. Let's just stop them here. If we get the ball back with enough time, we can try to score. But priority number 1 is stopping Spaulding from scoring at the moment.
It is. A 5-1 lead would be great for Loyola, but it's not certainly necessary. Spaulding going to get the ball back. I'm sure they're going to take as much time off the clock as they can before getting their shot just to close out the half. But let's see what Loyola's defense can do to prevent that.
As Spaulding's defense is going to get on the field, I think they're not too concerned at the moment. They're probably more concerned of the offensive perspective of it. Definitely are just hoping that they're not even involved in the play. They would, if they could just sit in the same spot for this whole minute and 22, they would be very happy. They're trying to keep the ball on the offensive side. If they have to become involved, then Spaulding did not do their job, and Loyola has done its job.
They have. Loyola is doing a much better job of executing on offense than they had in previous, as you mentioned. Loyola not having too many goals, around 81 for the season, as opposed to Spaulding's 120.
139.
139.
Almost. They had over 50 more goals. Now, you can also look at that and say, I believe Spaulding has played more games, and maybe, with Loyola playing against these teams like the Hill Academy. Yeah. And Spaulding, I believe, had played a couple of public schools that aren't as,
higher class.
Yeah, higher class. While the goals may have been there and the wins have been more there, then you like the number 139 as the goals, but
does it mean that much?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely think that the scoreboard says it all right now. While the out-of-conference goals still count, the in-conference goals count a little bit more in that seeding and getting that momentum.
Again, going back to that MIAA level of play, high class, the competition between inside the league is much higher than outside.
Every goal counts in this league. You'll take whatever you can get. Loyola actually coming off a game against Severn, one of the tougher opponents in the MIAA, where they won 13-12. Definitely a nail-biter at the end. So definitely have momentum. They then took that momentum and beat Gilman by the score of, I believe, 9-6. So now you try to get this game. You try
keep that momentum going.
Exactly. You try to take this momentum and keep it going each game. Try to get some momentum going into the playoffs.
Spaulding looking to get something done. 30 seconds left in the half. Trying to run a set piece. Looks like they're coming up with something.
Looks like an ISO.
Isolated, number 9 for Spaulding, isolated on the left side of the field.
We saw this turn out last time. Loyola got a steal. So I think Loyola would take that.
Takes a shot, and it's a goal for Spaulding, shortening the lead to 4-2. Obviously, that's what they wanted, to just get one goal before the end of the half to cut down on Loyola's lead.
Patrick Mangan with the goal, so definitely huge for Spaulding. 4-2. It's going to be a 2-goal game, looks like.
13 seconds left in the half. Maybe Loyola can get something done in those 13 seconds.
I think it takes about 3 to 4 seconds, sometimes even 5, to get out of the face-off alone. So the winner's just going to have to take about 5 steps and then just sling it towards the goal.
Taking all their players back on defense, not having an intense play, and it looks like they're going to close out the half here.
That's going to It's going to end the half. That was a lot closer than probably should have been for Loyola. A little bit more too close for comfort. So we're going to take a break here alongside Hayden Young. I'm Zach Bollinger. We'll see when we're back.
We will.
I'm Zach Bollinger. The Dons have a 4-2 lead over the Spaulding Cavaliers.
Yep, and Loyola coming from the second half with a 2-goal lead, looking to win this opening face-off. You know, we talked to Coach Rubior during the half to see what he wants to improve, and his overarching sentiments were improving the fundamentals and the simple things, making better passes, getting better shots on goal.
Yeah, he said, you know, from his attackman who should have the best ball handling on the team, definitely struggling preventing turnovers, as you can say. So they got to control the ball better and, like you said, win face-off. Then Spaulding, on the other hand, said that even though Jake Stout is a great player, great goalie, they got to get better shots, got to take harder and more accurate shots, really put some pressure on them.
Penalty called. Looks like it's going to be on Spaulding for slashing.
Yep.
And Loyola's going to be a man up.
Yeah, Rubior was definitely disappointed in that goal they gave up at the end of the half.
Yeah.
Said we can't be giving up easy opportunities like that. That's something with 13 seconds left. You make that save, you're going into the half up 4-1. So just a little rough for them to swallow. Yeah. Knowing you had an opportunity to go into the half up 3, and now you're only sitting with a 2-goal lead.
And this is a great opportunity for Loyola to get that goal back, up a man in Spaulding's territory from that slashing penalty. The last time they were up 1, they did manage to get a goal, so let's see if they can repeat their success here. And they are!
Will. That beautiful jump goal by Ryan Dunn, second of the game. So, wow, that was definitely a way to start it off. It's almost like a basketball play. Toss it in the air, let the big boy jump for it, and put it back in, and that's exactly what he did.
Fantastic way for Loyola to start the second half, going up 5-2.
Yes, I know Ryan Dunn definitely played basketball freshman year, so getting those rebounds, getting up for those rebounds definitely might have played a factor in there, getting that shot off.
And he's just an athlete, and that shows. And it's going to be a penalty here on Loyola.
False start on Loyola. Spalding's going to get the ball.
So Spaulding now looking to get a chance. Their first time in Loyola's box for the half. Looking to cut down that lead.
Spalding's coach said at the half that they're playing their game. They're playing well. They're doing what they want to do. Just get better shots off. He likes everything they're doing until they're shooting. It's getting the shot off is the toughest part. So when you get the opportunity, you gotta capitalize.
And execution is just the name of the game. At the beginning of the game, we had said that for Loyola, who had the same amount of goals scored as the same goals against. And in that terms of execution, Loyola doing a better job executing here, while Spaulding, which has more goals in the season overall, doing a worse job of execution as they miss a shot wide there.
Definitely some good defense by Loyola there, getting in the way of the shot, hitting his stick as he's going back. Just the little things that impact the game overall.
Spaulding starting it back, slowed down their pace of play from the end of the first half. Looking to make something happen here. Distributing the ball poorly as there is going to be a turnover on Spaulding. Loyola's ball coming out of their own territory.
And Loyola's going to go with the full, just a cross-field pass, and they're gonna try to take off with this one. And right away, Loyola scores.
Now that's how you make a statement. And it looks like goal was scored by number 24, Alex Sarasoli. Oh, pardon me, 29, Rory Bateman gets a goal. Loyola strengthening their lead by 4 goals. Now up 6-2 with 9 minutes in the third quarter.
So Rory getting on the board before Liam does. Definitely a sibling rivalry maybe going on right there.
I'm sure there
can score, some bragging rights when you get home.
I'm sure there'll be some choice words said.
There's definitely going to be some competing saying who had the better game. Rory's definitely going to be able to put that in his advantage.
And a little miscommunication there from both teams as they lose sight of the ball. Spaulding gets the ball back from the faceoff. Now, of course, they want to score here. Another goal for Loyola, and they're going to
and there's a just blowing hit. That while in the NFL maybe that's legal, that's not legal.
Not in high school lacrosse.
Not in high school lacrosse. That's going to be a penalty. That's on number 45, Colin Quinn, who's had a great game, really, defending.
Quinn's been doing a great job of getting the ball from the defense to the offense. And now they're going to lose him for a minute. It's going to be impactful for Loyola.
Colin Quinn played football this year, varsity football. Maybe took a little of those instincts there and
get out of the weight room.
Yeah, lowered the shoulder on someone. So Spaulding really trying to take advantage of this man up. And it really does surprise me when Spaulding's had this man up. They haven't really been attacking the goal. I feel like they're playing more conservative with the man up. And just, while they're trying to get a good shot, they're not getting as many opportunities.
Spaulding needs to make something happen if they want to stay in this game. And they do.
Yeah. I like what they did there. They really attacked the goal. They didn't really, do this little thing that they've been doing where they're just passing around the goal. They went right towards it, found the open player, and scored the goal. And that was a beautiful possession.
I'm sure they talked about that at halftime. Great series of passes leading up to an open man, getting that shot, top of the net. Really just a fantastic play by Spaulding. Still down 3 goals here, 6-3, about 9 minutes left to play. Another face-off by Michael Del Bene, looking to strengthen the lead for Loyola.
It's going to be a false start, and it's going to be Spaulding ball.
Another false start by Loyola. That's their second in a row. I'm sure Coach Rubio is going to be upset with that.
Yeah, that's not really something that you want to happen.
Another unforced error.
If you get beat, you get beat. But you don't want to beat yourself. When you beat yourself, things don't happen.
And that's something they talked about at halftime, was just stopping the simple mistakes and improving the fundamentals, and that's one of them that they got to improve. As Spaulding gets another shot and another goal.
I believe that was the same play. The guy at the top kind of cuts in, draws the defender, and they get a guy cutting right towards the goal 2 straight times, and it looks like it hit exactly the same spot of the goal.
Loyola did not adapt to the previous play, and Spaulding took advantage of that clearly as they've scored 2 unanswered goals, lessening the lead for Loyola 6-4.
Yeah, we're 3.5 minutes into this half, and we've already scored 4 goals. Yeah. That is definitely a change of pace from before, where it seemed like going in, to the second quarter at 1-1 wasn't really looking like it was going to be a high-scoring game. Definitely the pace has changed here.
Spaulding winning another face-off, and I think that's the reason they've scored some of these goals. It's just the false starts leading to these 2 goals. They got to stop the unforced errors.
And Loyola does have other face-off guys such as Jack Gelati and Taylor Randolph. Interesting to see. I've also seen Alex Aracoli and Noah Kness take some face-offs. Maybe you make a change if, guys got Del Bene's number. Yeah. Maybe look for a change or try to stick with Del Bene until he figures it out.
There was a shot on goal there by Spaulding, saved by Jake Stout, but it looked like that, again, was the same play. Loyola adapting a little more better this time as they start the counterattack.
As they say, don't fix it if it ain't broke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it looks like it might be broke now, so they'll probably go to something else. But
Loyola there gets a shot on goal, missed wide left, but they do get the ball back. Interesting to see what they will do here.
Well, let's go pass it around, maybe try to slow the pace up a little, give everyone a chance to catch their breath.
To regroup, and I think Loyola got, at the beginning of the second half, they went in with a strong head mentality, and they got strung out. And I think they want to slow down the pace here, regroup, do what they've been doing. That way they can score more goals and get ahead in this game.
So here we go with Loyola restarting up top. Looks like he wants to attack. See what's going to happen. They're just going to pass it off. Go number 2, Phil Wise.
Phil Wise doing a great job distributing, trying to find a chink in the armor.
Goal right there.
Good pass. That's Ryan Dunn going around the goal.
Already 2 goals for Ryan Dunn. Maybe looking for a third.
Pass.
Gavin Dembeck loses the ball, but thankfully Loyola gets it back. And Dembeck's just going to let it rip. Heads up. That is that's going towards the crowd.
Going back to that execution of goals, quality over quantity. That was a good look, great look, just have to execute.
Exactly. I think Coach Rubier would take that look any day of the week. That was, right there. Just came out of the stick a little high. Just nothing you can really do about that. That just happens to the best of them. Here's a ground ball. Definitely something Loyola wants to win.
Good physicality there by Ryan Dunn. Just able to,
like you said, physicality is something that really has been Loyola's been setting the tone for so far. The hit Colin Quinlade that got the penalty, it led to a goal, yes, but it lets Spaulding know that you're not just gonna,
takes a shot and it's a goal.
There's gonna be another goal. I believe that was Phil Wise.
Great goal there by Phil. So that extends Loyola's lead by 3. Now it's 7-4, Loyola.
So now let's see if Del Bene is back out there for the face-off. Let's see if he can get a different outcome this time.
Coach Rubier is obviously having a level of trust with Michael after those 2 false starts.
Del Bene had a great game against Gilman, seemingly won almost every face-off. So maybe, this is something where Rubier thinks, hey, get his confidence back. Don't want to send him to the bench, hurt his confidence, because they're going to need Michael for the long run in this season and next season.
As Spaulding wins the face-off there, now back in control. Looking to get another goal to make it 7-5. Let's see if they're able to do that here.
Definitely been a high-scoring half so far, Just past the halfway point, and we've already gotten 5 goals, so definitely
Spaulding looking to take a shot.
And
great stick work there
defense
by Colin Quinn.
Great defense by Loyola.
And that's good physicality by both teams. And that physicality and that strength takes a mental toll on the players.
Right there, Loyola gets the ball.
Yeah.
That's, just the physicality like you pointed out. Loyola seems to be, they always say, be the hammer, not the nail. Loyola's being the hammer right now. They don't want to give the impression that they're going to play a soft game, that they're going to just try to run around.
Oh.
And right there, Loyola's going to score.
Another goal
Alex
scored.
Bresci.
Alex Bresci, a great goal.
UNC commit.
Putting Loyola up 8-4 now. And again, going back to that physicality, you see a guy, he comes up and he hits you the first time, he clears you off the ball. You're going to be scared to go against him the second time. So it's going to take a mental toll on him. And as you can see, it worked for Loyola as they scored a goal, 8-4 now.
And mentally, this starts to wear on you if you're Spaulding. You had a great opportunity down here to score a goal, have a mental error, and then Loyola goes up and capitalize and makes the lead 8-4.
And that goal really there is demoralizing for Spaulding. You come out swinging, you score 2 goals in the first 2 minutes, And then Loyola just responds with 2 goals, keeping the score, doubling the score from what it was at halftime.
Yeah, definitely something that Loyola has done well is really just even when Spaulding gets momentum, they respond pretty fast.
Now Spaulding looking to respond, misses the goal wide right, but they do get the ball back. So again, 8-4 here, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the quarter. Spaulding needs to score in this quarter if they want to stay in this game.
Definitely. I think if they want to keep this winnable game, you're definitely looking for 1, if not 2 goals. So I think 1 goal at a time for Spaulding. You got to play with the mentality that we're going to go for this one, as that's a tough one because, as we've said before, you do everything right. You shoot it gets by the goalkeeper.
And that's going to be a penalty on what looks like Loyola.
That's a push in the back. You can't do that.
And I'm sure Coach Rubier is going to be upset with that as they're down a man. This is the time. If Spaulding wants to score a goal, this is the time. Up a man. Let's see if they can capitalize on the man-up advantage.
So this isn't as big of a penalty as checking. This is only a 30-second one man up instead of 1 minute. So Loyola, 30 seconds, lock down defensively. Just try to stop them as long as possible, and you hope the one man can come back in.
And Spaulding needs to pick up their pace of play. They're playing conservative. They're playing laid back. They're down 4 goals with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. They're going to need to step up their pace of play, become more intense, become more of the run-and-gun style, because obviously the conservative, slow, laid-back style play is not working.
Great save by Jake Stout, and looks like they're going to try to run with it.
Counterattack. The Spaulding player loses his stick. Loyola gets the ball back. Having good control of the ball here, as there's a bit of a scrum in the middle of the field. Spaulding ends up with the ball back after what appeared to be a great counterattack by Loyola. Now Spaulding on the attack.
And now Spaulding looks to attack, and then it looks like now they're going to pull off. Maybe for a second it looked like they were going to try to go right for the goal, but now they're going to try to control the possession, get a quality shot instead of just taking any old shot that they can get. And I think that's a smart way to go about it. Down 4 goals, take it 1 goal at a time, make it 8-5, then 8-6. So do what you can right now. There's no goal in lacrosse that's worth 4 points, so you got to go out there and just try to execute.
Another scrum right in front of the crease this time. Good defense by Loyola. Oh, great physicality there by Spaulding. But it looks like it's going to be called a push or a hold.
Yes.
On Loyola.
Loyola, so Spaulding, I'm going to say they get a break there because Loyola got the ball and was looking like they wanted to run down the field with it.
Not sure I agree with that call there, but interesting to see what Spaulding will do now.
Now, they do not get a man advantage, so just a minor penalty. But still, Loyola, it's an opportunity to get the ball
and
back.
The physicality from Spaulding there really shows how committed they are to come back and win this game. You know, they're down 4 goals, but the players have not given up hope, as you can see from that great body check from Spaulding.
Yeah, just trying to show Loyola that they're still here. They can hit 2, and really just try to 1 hit at a time get the momentum back. You know, just those big hits can not only get a player a little bit off balance, but it gives you momentum because now he's a little bit maybe
scared.
More tense around you. Try to pull an extra move or 2 off. Maybe get an extra plays a little bit farther away from you. Gives you more room to execute. So Spaulding's going to reset at the top. Definitely going to try to conserve time. It's down 4 goals left. If you count this time and next quarter together, you only got about 13.5 minutes to score 4 goals.
And Spaulding turning the ball over there, intercepted by Loyola. Now Spaulding with the quality over quantity goals. Yes, that's what you want to look for. But at this point in the match, 1 minute left in the third quarter, You're going to need to start playing more aggressive, and you're going to need to be taking more shots, whether they're quality shots or not.
Yeah, definitely great defense by Noah Kness with that steal. And then clearing it. Definitely what Coach Ruber said was he wanted to clear the ball, and did a great job. Definitely ran into some trouble there around 2 Spaulding guys, but was able to get out and get the ball out.
Still a smooth, great transition from defense to offense, and that's been the story of the game so far with 46 seconds left.
I think here, if you're Loyal, you got to look for the last shot.
Yeah.
You want to hold a little bit.
Take as much time as you can off the clock, and then with 5 seconds left, 10 seconds left, then you take a shot. But stall, take as much time as you can to preserve this 4-point lead.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have a costly turnover that then all of a sudden Spaulding's able to go get a quick goal at the end. And Loyola's going to score right there.
Great goal there by Phil Wise.
That's his second of the game. So Loyola just kind of really getting contributions from everyone here. We have a couple players, Ryan Dunn, Gavin Dembeck, and now Phil Wise, each have 2 goals.
Really was a fantastic athletic goal, and at the same time he was able to take about 30 seconds off the clock. Now about 17 seconds left in the third quarter. So Loyola gets the goal and burns the clock. That's the best case scenario for them.
Yeah, and they also have now an opportunity. Win the face-off. You can try to take it down.
Maybe get another one on the board. Let's see. Delbenny taking another face-off, getting it on Spalding's side of the field.
This is an opportunity.
Loyola
with
gets
10
the
seconds
ball.
left. You can try to end.
10 seconds left. Phil Wise. Pass intercepted by Spaulding, and that looks like it's going to end the quarter.
It's going to end the quarter yes. So the quarter's ended. Definitely, 5-point game. What do you think Loyola has to do in the fourth quarter to really get the win?
I think a lot of it is time of possession management, clock management. They're up 5. They don't really need to score more. Hold the ball, waste the clock, take as much time as you can, and that's how you win. Obviously, if Spaulding is going to come back aggressive, they're going to come back responsive. They're going to try to put as many points on the board as they can. Loyola's job, they got to concentrate more on defense than offense and waste that clock.
Definitely, I couldn't agree with you more. I also think what the big lead does for Spaulding is it makes them play out of their comfort zone. 12 minutes left, you're down by 5 goals. You can't be sitting back and just hoping for something to happen. They have to attack, and what we've seen so far is when they go to attack, they've been making mistakes, and Loyola's been able to capitalize. So you're really playing into Loyola's hands right now if you just go run and gun. But at the same time, I feel like that's also the only way they can win is if they execute on a run and gun. So Loyola, I think Loyola's got it right where they want them. Execution for Loyola is key right now. Play defense and hopefully get the win.
And I'm sure that's what Coach Ruber is telling them now. Loyola has taken control of this game. They're playing how they direct. They have become the directors of this game, and Spaulding are their actors. Let's see if Spaulding can come back in this last quarter of play. Down 5, 12 minutes left.
Yeah, when Loyola played the Hill Academy, I believe it was a 6-7 goal lead for the Hill Academy going into the fourth quarter. And Loyola came storming back, only lost the game by 2. A loss is a loss, but against such a top team, these things are possible. So obviously, you got to play the game. This game is far from over. Until there are 000s on that clock, there's still a possibility.
Still plenty of time left for Spaulding to come back and possibly win this game.
Especially at the pace goals have been coming so far in this second half. You could see a 3-goal run in about a span of 5 minutes, which would just.
It's like Jake Stout coming out of the goal here.
Definitely, he's going to pass it off to Colin Quinn. He's going to go down.
Colin Quinn transitioning with the long pole onto Spaulding's side of the field. Loyola gets the ball. Looks like Dembeck is going to take it up the side. Dish it off to Phil Wise. Now Loyola in Spaulding's box taking control of the game.
I like the spin move there. That's a nice one.
Athletic play.
So Loyola's going to just kind of take the ball out and waste clock because already minutes come off the clock. That's a minute less Spaulding has to try to score a goal.
And Loyola comes down swinging with the ball there. I'm not sure that was necessary. They're coming down. They're sprinting. They're not really taking advantage of the clock. Good shot. Good look. but it wasn't really necessary.
The clock is your friend here if you're Loyola, you know. And right there, it's what Loyola wants. Loyola wants Spaulding to have to run, as that I believe that is Loyola ball. Loyola wants that. They want Spaulding to have to run and play this fast-paced offense because Spaulding hasn't been able to capitalize so far.
And what Loyola wants to do now is just take the ball, slow down the pace of play, and just play the game that they've been playing because it's obviously been working for them.
Liam Bateman is going to take the ball. Loyola's been a little bit aggressive, as you said, in this quarter. Kind of was thinking they would play off some, try to switch it up.
And maybe you go down to the coaching staff and you think, well, Coach Rubior and Coach Phipp of Spaulding think, well, Loyola's going to slow down the pace of play. Maybe Coach Rubior thinks, maybe if we up the pace of play, Spaulding's going to be confused and they're not going to be sure what to do.
Exactly.
Possibly a tactical move, although I'm not sure if I agree with it.
So Spaulding will get the steal there and right as we say that, looks like we got ground ball that's going to go to Loyola maybe. Yes, Loyola's going to get it. After a lot of rolling around, Noah Kness came up with it. Stout's going to pass it out, and Loyola's going to take it up.
And that's Frank Isle coming in for it looks like for his first minutes of the game. It's like almost a penalty there against Dembeck.
Another save by Ryder Brackett. Definitely, I think Ryder Brackett. He's had a good game. You know, obviously doesn't like that big old 9 on the scoreboard for Loyola, but Loyola's also had a lot more chances that could have been goals, and he's made some stops.
That's another great save there by Jake Stout. Again, going back to the halftime talk with Coach Phipp of Spaulding, they want to get more quality shots against such a great goalkeeper like Jake Stout. Spaulding. At the beginning of the third quarter, they were able to do that. Not so much here in the fourth.
So here we go. Maybe Loyola tries to slow it down a little bit right here. Get a good pace going.
And this is where the clock really becomes the friend for Loyola and the enemy for Spaulding.
Exactly. 8.5 minutes left in the game.
Still
Spaulding's down by 5 goals. Loyola doesn't need to make a play. It's Spaulding that needs to make a play.
It's still a sizable amount of time for Spaulding to come back, although it's winding down. Loyola really starting to use it for their advantage.
When you're down by 5 goals, the clock seems to tick a little bit faster. So definitely Spaulding.
Almost another goal there by Loyola. Hits the crossbar, but they do get the ball back. Yeah. That goal could have put them up 10-4, really been the dagger for Loyola.
That could have been a nail in the coffin. That would have definitely really taken Spaulding mentally out of the game and given Loyola a good chance to win.
Now 8 minutes left.
Exactly 8 minutes left.
Let's see if Loyola takes more time off, or will they go out gun swinging to try to get another goal, put that nail in the coffin.
So here we go. Loyola looks to be attacking right now. And
Spaulding not responding well to the aggressiveness of Loyola.
And I like that tactic by Spaulding, putting someone back there so on the missed shot, they were the closest person and they got the ball. That's good
awareness.
That was a photo finish in my opinion. Could have gone either way. Ref pointed to Spaulding. Obviously you saw the reaction by, I believe, Alex Reed. He didn't agree with the call, but at the end of the day, what the ref says goes, so it's Spaulding ball.
Now it's Spaulding on Loyola's side, looking to make something happen. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left. Clock winding down. Spaulding needs to make something happen here.
Just really a
and Spaulding,
great defensive game played so far by Loyola. And I think the strategy that Coach Rubior had, switching in and out the middies consistently, it's hot on that turf. We've had to walk across as Spaulding is going to put a goal up. That's Patrick Mangan again, his second of the game.
9-5.
Yeah, Spaulding.
Still time.
Spaulding definitely, making a comeback. But as I was saying, on the turf, it gets hot out there, Yeah. So definitely getting guys in and out has impacted the pace of the game, allowed Loyola to be more aggressive and capitalize on their chances where maybe they couldn't capitalize if they're more fatigued.
And it looked like Jake Stout just had a conversation with the defense, trying to get them to play the way Jake sees the field, because obviously from the goalie's perspective, he sees what's going on better than anybody else.
And while we bring up the heat, it truly is a beautiful day here at Blakefest.
It is. Sunny, 85 degrees, but on the turf, the beautiful day doesn't always matter because it's so hot. As Loyola gets the goal, that's number 14, Jack Horst, the freshman.
The freshman, number 2 on the season.
Yeah, it is.
He had an assist earlier in the game to Gavin Dembeck, or to Ryan Dunn, I believe. I believe he was the one who tossed it up. So really, gosh, Coach Rubler's got to be excited about that, a freshman who can contribute from day one.
And that's killer for Spaulding. They tried to score. They did. It was 9-5. Spaulding really thought they had the chance for a comeback, and Loyola scores. That's emotionally destroying for Spaulding, as Loyola is now up 10-5.
And I think that really has been a big, positive for Loyola coming in out of this game. Every time Spaulding has scored, Loyola seems to answer immediately. Spaulding hasn't really been able to get any momentum in this game.
They had a run where at the beginning of the third they had 2 unanswered, but Loyola responded, and they keep responding. Now Spaulding with the ball in Loyola's box.
6.5 minutes left. That clock is Spaulding, I bet, feels like that clock's ticking a little bit fast right now.
And Spaulding is going to need to score on this possession.
And, I mean, in no way do I feel like Spaulding played a bad game. I think they played a great game. I just think Loyola also played a great game.
And a miscommunication,
at the end of the day, some goals go in, some goals don't. It's just how the game goes sometimes. But Spaulding, I definitely has, as this gets really physical in the middle.
Great physicality from both teams. Loyola did a great job of just remaining physical, and there's going to be a penalty there.
As Phil Wise will come out with the ball. There was definitely some pushing and shoving, maybe a little chippiness.
It's always great to see both teams going 100% at each other with the penalty called, and I think that's going to be on Spaulding.
And even for, it says will definitely be on Spaulding, but even for the coach for Spaulding, seeing that their guys are down by 5 goals with 5 minutes left, and they are still going out and giving 100%, that's got to be satisfying for them, knowing that even when it looks like they're down for the count, they still fight. And while we were on the field at halftime, we heard as they were coming in, their guys yelling, just compete. And I think they've really done that in this game. They've come out and they've competed for every ball, for every shot, and they definitely are a good team. Yeah. Spaulding is not a pushover. They are a great team.
But Loyola staying consistent, and it's going to be another goal, putting Loyola up 11-5. Looks like that was
Bill Wise.
Bill Wise again. That's going to be a hat trick for him.
That's a hat trick. Obviously, in lacrosse, no one's going to be throwing their hats out there, especially at a high school lacrosse game. That would just be more of a disruption trying to get that off the field. But definitely a great accomplishment for Phil and something that he's going to remember.
And I think that's going to be the dagger for Spaulding. Loyola now up by 6. Around 5 minutes left. Spaulding needs to make something happen. They need to score. They cannot play this conservative, run-of-the-mill, laid-back offense that they have been looking for the quality shot. They need to start taking more shots, play more aggressive, play more run and gun.
I would like to point out that maybe with the 6-goal lead, Jack Gelati will go out there for the face-off.
Give Michael some time to rest for the next game, or if necessary, to go back in.
Yeah, and give Gelati some experience, some in-game experience, as Gelati's going to get the push right there.
Physical play, nobody's getting called out for that. Really, a good penalty wastes more time off the clock.
And I agree with you. Keep the physicality up. It's the end of the game. It's easy to think, okay, up by 6, we got this game. They just got to keep fighting. As Spaulding's going to put that one in the goal.
11-6 now, as Spaulding was able to use the long pole to go up and score as a Loyola defenseman was exposed.
Yeah, that was scored by number 29, Matthew Mancuso.
A failure to slide there on Loyola's defense. They should have slided to the ball carrier rather than have stayed with their man. But in the end, it didn't matter as Spaulding now only down by 5 with about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left.
I think if Gelati loses, this face-off and Spaulding scores, maybe they put in Del Bene. But so far, I mean, Gelati's been holding his own.
Loyola still got a cushion, and it looks like they're
Spalding's
while they
gonna
lost
win,
the face-off, the ball is on Spalding's side.
which I think they'll still take. I mean, it's going to take, especially with Spaulding, the pace they've been going upfield, it's going to take them a few seconds as the ball's going to go on they're going to put it on the turf. Then they're going to throw back to their goalie. So definitely Loyola's defense getting in the head of Spaulding. They're just playing aggressively, and I'm not sure if Spaulding knows what they're doing
what
right
Spalding's doing here with ball with the goalie. They just wasted about 15 seconds off the clock playing with it in their own field, in their own side of the field.
And then a risky pass down low. Their player made a great jumping save to prevent it from going out of bounds.
This is where senior leadership for Spaulding really comes in, and that field awareness and clock awareness, where they need the intensity to come back and score more goals.
Especially with 3.5, just passing the 3.5 minute mark left in the game. I don't want to, obviously can't count any team out at any moment, but for Loyola, it's looking like it's going to go down as a win.
They've built up a nice cushion, 5 goals. Spaulding is still in it. Obviously, there's never a close case. As Spaulding comes here, scores a goal, 11-7 now. Loyola's cushion reduced to 4 with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left.
I believe that was Connor Supley, number 28. So
now Coach Rubio obviously is getting frustrated. They've let up 3 goals in a span of about 5 minutes. That's not what you want to do when Loyola wants to manage the clock well.
Yeah, I think if Spaulding gets another goal right here, I believe we could have a ball game going if they score fast.
Now Loyola needs to respond here to keep that cushion, to keep the game in their hands. Obviously, they still have a four goal advantage, and tough face-off here, won by Loyola.
Yeah, Taylor Randolph there coming in for his first face-off of the game. I believe that's going to be a timeout on Loyola. So what do you think Coach Rubio is going to be telling the guys in here with only 3 minutes left on the clock, up by 4?
Absolutely, he's got to be talking time management. 3 minutes left, up by 4. They've got to keep the ball. They've got to manage that clock. They've got to just make crisp, clean passes, keep the fundamentals good. They don't necessarily need to go out aggressive and score. Just keep the ball, keep it run-of-the-mill, stay back, and just manage that clock.
Definitely, I couldn't agree more. He's definitely also got to be focused on defense.
Yes.
If they score, you don't want it, but just make sure they don't get it fast. If they score with about a minute left, no harm done. You still got to. They have to then pull off a miracle 3 goals in 1 minute. But definitely time management, and if Spaulding gets the ball, defense.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Rubio is talking to the defense now saying, hey, you need to step up. 3 minutes left, close out the game, play like you have been in the first half. However, coming back to the weather, it's hot. These guys are fatigued, and that's becoming a huge factor, as evident with Loyola's defense.
I definitely think growing up in the Baltimore area, being a Baltimore Ravens fan, always hearing defense wins championships, it's definitely something you got to be thinking about right here. Loyola's defense has definitely stepped up in this game, definitely been playing great, even with one of their leaders down, Kobe Smith. So right here, opportunity to close out the game. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with, giving a little credit to the defense. Yeah.
And Loyola with the ball in Spaulding's territory, looking to just take more time off of that clock. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left.
I definitely think you're not shooting the ball until about 2 minutes, 20 seconds at most.
It looks like this is Alex Reed turning the ball over, but still remaining physical, able to just keep that ball contested even after a turnover.
And
now it's a ground ball.
Liam Bateman's going to.
Now Liam Bateman with the ball.
And that's just
wide open. Oh, that's just.
That was great play by. It
looks like there was a mishap on Spaulding there. They left him wide open. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. You can't do that, especially when you have chances. When you were down 11-7, only down 4. really that's unacceptable for Spaulding, and just such a boost for Loyola.
And we have another hat trick on our hands. Ryan Dunn with his 3rd goal of the game. So definitely a huge boost for Loyola's offense. 2 players getting hat tricks, and then we also have another player getting a 2-goal game. Yeah. Gavin Dembeck, obviously. And then younger underclassmen such as Jack Horse getting involved. Yeah. So really just an all-around great game for Loyola.
It is truly a team effort. And now with the face-off here, it looks like
Taylor Randolph.
Another false start on Loyola. Spaulding getting the ball.
Well, that looked more of like a Taylor just got on top of the guy, and I don't think you're able to do that.
And now a penalty on Loyola, going to be for slashing. Now Loyola's going to be out. Player for Loyola is going to be out for a minute. Spaulding going to have a man advantage. Although there are 2 minutes to go, Spaulding's going to need to capitalize, become more aggressive, start taking shots, and it looks like that's what they're doing here.
And we just heard some of the Spaulding fans yell, "We don't have much time to shoot." Definitely something that you have to keep in mind is that they don't have a lot of time, and if they want to have any chance of coming back with only 1:48, at this point, we said the whole game, quality over quantity. Here, you might just be taking quantity, get as many shots on goal as you can, create something, make something happen.
Spaulding needs to shoot, needs goals, really, down by 5 with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. And they're playing conservative here. I'm not sure what their mindset is here. They're not being aggressive. They're not taking chances. They're playing that conservative, laid-back attitude.
Yeah, unless they're saying, and there's going to be a goal. So while we were hating on it, that it worked. That's number 9, Luke Legnard.
I stand corrected.
Legnard. So, yeah, really. But it does make you wonder. 1:27 left now on the clock. Taylor Randolph's back off on the field for the face-off.
Loyola up by 4, 1:30 left. If they win the face-off here, it's all about clock management.
I think right here, Taylor Randolph has the game in his hands. While it already may be out of reach with 4 goals, you can end it here. And it looked
Loyola
wins
the face-off. That's exactly what they wanted.
And that's going to be a timeout by Loyola. And I think what we said before, time management here is what will be preached in the timeout. They will be definitely talking about how don't make any mental mistakes. If it's not there, don't take it. Just make the easy passes and keep the clock running. Don't make turnovers. And if they're able to do that, obviously, even if, with a 4-goal lead, even if you have a turnover but it wastes 30 seconds, you're in the driver's seat right now. That clock, I think, is too low. I think Loyola's got to win here. Yeah. So, all-around great game for Loyola. Yeah. Spaulding played their hearts out. Definitely physical from the moment they stepped on the field, and definitely earned my respect.
Yeah. Hey, Coach Phipp, I'm sure he's telling his players that they're still in this game. I'm sure he's telling them, continue to be aggressive and just I'm sure he's telling them how to respond to Loyola's wasting of the clock, because that's how they're going to try to stay in this game. I'm not sure how it's going to work, as there's only 1 minute, 15 seconds down by 4.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think it's too little too late. Yeah. Definitely.
And I think more of an effort needed to be made at the beginning of the 4th quarter and at the end of the 3rd quarter to become more aggressive, while Spaulding just played that conservative, laid-back style of play.
Definitely. And if we notice, it looks like Spaulding has pulled their goalie.
That's a bold strategy, and I think it's all or nothing here for Spaulding.
I can't tell if Loyal's going to try to take a risk or if they're just going to go.
And it looks like that's going to be pretty much the end of the game here as the clock winds down. 48 seconds left. Spaulding's goalie has been pulled.
Well, as we see, the ref just put a shot clock on. So Loyal's going to get the ball with 38 seconds left, but they only have 20 seconds to score.
18 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock.
So Spaulding, in theory, will have an opportunity to get the ball back. Not sure. 18 seconds left. You're not scoring.
Now about 30 seconds left, and this game is just about over as an effort is made to score on that open goal, but wide right.
And Spaulding's Well, Spaulding's goalie is in, but he's playing more of a defense than an actual goal. He's more running, shading a player than he is in the goal. So, once again, it is an open net. They only got 4 seconds to shoot, and they're going to.
Oh.
So 18.1 seconds left at the end of the shot clock.
So 18 seconds left here. It's basically over for Spaulding, down by 4. Not much you can do here except just keep playing with heart. You never want to give up in this situation, even though you might be out of it. You still want to play with heart. You still want to play with intensity just to keep your spirits up.
Loyola will now end the game as 3, 2, 1. Loyola wins by the score of 12-8 over Archbishop Spalding. Will advance to 3-1 in conference. Spaulding, however, falls to 0-4. Loyola goes into a tie in 3rd place. So definitely huge win for Loyola. How do you think they won this game?
I think a lot of it was the transition from defense to offense and the execution of goals. More often than not, in the previous games, Loyola was able to distribute well, but not execute as well as they would want, as they had hoped. In this game, the story was much different. Execution was there, and the deliverance from defense to offense was also there.
Definitely. So, another great win here at Blakefest for the Loyola Dons, alongside Hayden Young. I'm Zach Bollinger. We'll see you next time.
We'll see it. Signing off.